Sports Entertained is recorded live at twitch.tv/baldyandthebeast. Come check us out every Tuesday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and watch the matches right along with us.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Bront.
I'm Willem.
And we are Baldy and the Beast. Welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Sports Entertained.
Yes.
What are we doing today, Willem?
We are watching part 2 of AJ Styles versus John Cena from SummerSlam 2016. This is a very good match, if I remember it right.
You're partially wrong. That's not what we're doing today. Today what we're doing is we're going to beat up John Cena.
That is correct. We are going to beat up John Cena. It's the first thing I'm doing when I get back from vacation. Beating up John Cena.
So tonight, I just want to put in that you can tell how big that was actually over, because here 4 years later, that's the main thing I remember about this whole feud.
Yep. Got to beat up John Cena.
Yep. So this event took place on August 21st of 2016.
Yes.
In the Barclays Center in New York City. This is the second straight SummerSlam in this arena, and the first pay-per-view since the brand split. So there's a couple different cool things going on that end.
Sorry if I'm looking at my phone. I need to bring up my notes because I forgot to start my timer on my phone so I can know when to stop the stream for the recording.
Oh, okay. Let me know when you're ready.
No, I'm good. Like, you can just keep going. Just keep going.
There were 15,974 people in attendance. So, let's go down the match. Or how we got here. So, after AJ beat John Cena at Money in the Bank, the club started to beat up John Cena. Yep. Until Enzo Amore and Big Cass came down to help John Cena out, which at the time looked like a huge push for Enzo and Big Cass.
It really did.
To even be put in the same breath as Cena, and this is before we knew Enzo was like a raging douchebag, and we just thought he was a regular douchebag. So this looked really good for them at the time, but they came down, started helping, which led into a 6-man tag at Battleground. Mm-hmm. Team John Cena won that match, and so then after that, shortly thereafter, was the draft. And as I'm sure some people here will remember, AJ and John went to SmackDown, while the club, Gallows and Anderson, and Enzo and Cass, they both wound up on Raw.
Which is really stupid.
Yup. Not so much the John Cena, Enzo, and Cass thing, because that was more of a loose affiliation.
Right.
But they definitely could have kept the club together as one draft pick. Instead of drafting AJ, they could have had AJ and a tag team.
Yep.
And from a kayfabe perspective, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Just like splitting up the Dudleys. Even if in that draft they wanted just one, draft them both and then split them up, and then you still got two guys.
Well, to be fair about the Dudleys splitting up, they did bring Batista in because of that.
No, fair enough. Deacon Batista,
who was in love with his box.
Deacon Batista's box.
How big is Batista's box?
I've heard Batista has a very large box.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I lost my spot on my notes. Hold on. And then on SmackDown, AJ challenged John to a rematch at SummerSlam.
Yep.
Of course, Cena accepted. Then on the go home, Cena had a match with Alberto Del Rio.
Oh, yeah.
Who I forgot had a second run in the company.
Yeah.
I totally, that never happened in my head canon until I did the research for this video. I was like, oh, he did have, another year-long run.
Alberto Del Rio, the entirety of his first existence in WWE happened while I was not watching. So by the time he came back, not only did I not give a shit, I just, there's nothing there for me. I had no nostalgia for it. There was no, oh, hey, cool, ADR is back. No, it's just, here he is with the League of Nations.
Oh, God, that was bad.
Yeah.
It could have been good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think those 4 people in a faction on its own is bad.
Yeah.
But that one was. But I think that was a little before this.
Yeah.
But here we had, after that match, Cena won the match, obviously. And then AJ beat Cena, or hit Cena with a phenomenal forearm. Cena fought back. They had fight, and Cena responded at the end with two AAs, one of which was through the announce table. And that was our go home to get to where we're at now.
Yes.
I'm
Well,
pretty excited because I do have fond memories of this being a good match.
yeah, I remember this being a good match only after the fact because this was right after I had started watching again. So, my only memory of John Cena was everybody hated him because he was John Cena. So I had no frame of reference for it being a solid match, even though AJ Styles would have been in it.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
we
so
are at 1:06:13 for the people that are going to be watching along.
give me 1 second. My WWE Network app just crashed on me, so I have to go back and find the location on it. So while I'm finding that, so can everybody else watching at home. Go onto the network, go find SummerSlam 2016, and go find your match. And we'll give you like 10, 15 seconds to go ahead and find that because I am also finding it.
Actually, we'll give them even longer than that because I'm going to go down the card.
Okay. Well, let's not make it too long in the tooth here because let's not forget that our first cut down episode was still 45 minutes. I have found I found the section though where we can start at.
We'll very quickly go down the card.
Okay, go ahead.
We opened up with Enzo and Cass against Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens.
Yep.
They should have just done a promo battle instead.
Isn't that the match where there's like that famous clip of fucking Kevin Owens doing the Enzo Amore dance?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Moved on. This is the SummerSlam Jon Stewart is at, or one of them apparently. Sasha Banks and Charlotte had a WWE Women's Title match. I don't know who went in the champion, but if it was Sasha, I bet you I can tell you who won that match.
Not Sasha.
Not Sasha. She sucks at defending. She's
Yep.
good at winning titles.
But that's about it.
Yep. Miz versus Apollo Crews. Did you know he got a push in 2016? Because
No.
I don't remember him having an IC title match. Ever.
No, I don't think it was a push. I think it was he debuted and won the title and then lost it immediately back to The Miz because they realized, oh shit, this guy didn't know how to talk.
It's a little push.
Just a little bit.
Un poco push.
Yeah.
Then we have our match. Guys that have never been un poco pushed.
Right.
AJ Styles and John Cena.
And then there's still 4 hours left in the card.
Yep. New Day fought Gallows and Anderson for the tag titles. Ambrose and Ziggler had a WWE Championship match.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Elijah
Miro,
says you're a big nerd.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I'll give you, yeah. Seth Rollins fought Finn in the inaugural Universal title match, which obviously Finn won and then had to relinquish immediately, which sucked.
Yep.
Rusev brawled with Roman Reigns. Don't know what that has to do with anything, but remember how they used to kind of do something with Rusev?
Yeah. And now he's in AEW. He's the best man.
I'm pumped. And then we have the legendary, the worst hard way cut.
Oh my god.
The worst one.
We can talk about that a little bit after the match because that's worth talking in and of itself.
We might have to watch that match just so we can talk about that.
It's not just a mini episode, sports entertainment mini clips.
Yup. Let's go ahead and get started.
Yep.
I'm gonna do the countdown today in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, click. And let me know when you're ready.
I'm good.
All right. What do you think about the match, Sir Willem?
Hold on. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm not looking at my mic. All right. I Thought it was a great match. It had some good pacing, had a lot of good moves to it. I thought it didn't go over long. Like it was like from start to finish it was maybe like 25 minutes. Something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Um,
I like I have no issues with watching these matches over again because this was the feud that really brought me into thinking that John Cena is a lot better worker than I thought he was. Than I initially had given him credit for.
and he is.
Yes.
Everybody jokes about the 5 moves of doom, which are real. Don't get me wrong; those are super real.
Mm-hmm.
But he can do a lot more than just those 5 moves.
Yeah, I give that match, let's say 4.25 Willems.
Okay, I'm right about where you're about 4.25
Yeah.
ish. We are a little lower than old Uncle Davey Meltzer. He gave it 4.5.
Yeah.
But I think that was because AJ was in it, and then he remembered the Tokyo Dome, and then
he's just fantasizing about just like, oh man, AJ in the Tokyo Dome. Oh
man, what if AJ and John were at the Tokyo Dome?
Oh my god.
Together, it'd be amazing. The Tokyo Dome. But
they're not. I got to give it 4.5.
Yeah, okay, that'd be a 6-star match though.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean both those dudes knew what they were going out there to do.
Yep.
And they were going out there to put on the best match of the night.
Yep. And the following match, the one that's going to be coming up for Royal Rumble 2017 that we're going to be watching next Thursday right here, that's going to be their finale. That was probably my favorite of all 3 matches.
And it was the one with the most stakes.
Yes.
We'll get there.
We'll get there when we get there.
Do you have anything else that you want to say about this match?
So for those who watched along or listened to the audio only, I brought up that I don't think that AJ, if he were a bigger guy, he would have actually gotten into wrestling, because you brought up the point that if AJ were like 6'4", 6'5", he would have probably gotten into the dub a lot earlier, and he would have made a lot more money and been a bigger name than he wound up actually being. I don't think he actually would have gotten into the dub at all if he were a bigger guy, because he was into other sports and he was never a wrestling fan as a kid. I've listened to like shoot interviews and stuff where he said that, yeah, when I was I never watched wrestling as a kid. The only reason I got into it is because me and a couple of my buddies decided that we were going to go to a show, and I saw it and I saw the athleticism, and somebody said to me, "Hey, do you think you could do that?" And I just went and tried to do it, and it came up to being a thing. And I think I remember hearing at some point he was offered the opportunity to go to OVW, but he decided to stay with Impact with the NWA because his wife was going to school down there at the time, and they were offering to help stay and do stuff with school down in Florida.
Okay.
So if he were a bigger guy, I don't think he would have actually wound up being in wrestling, because he was into other stuff. He was into other sports.
Enough.
Yeah.
Neat. I did not know that.
Yep. So, do you have anything else?
Man, John Cena is really good when he tries.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
When John Cena wants to get into it, you can tell he's into it. And he was into it with this feud.
He likes AJ.
Yep.
Probably personally.
I feel like John Cena likes and respects a lot of the guys that are more journeymen of the industry, and the guys that are known for being big workers, because he put over Kevin Owens, he put over Shinsuke, he put over AJ. I feel like he respects those guys a lot, because maybe I'm reading too far into it, but I think John Cena completely acknowledges that, yeah, I blew up. I was a bodybuilder and they brought me in from OVW. Like, I didn't do a whole lot on the indies. You guys are the real guys that were out proving the business is real.
Yeah.
And he respects when you can actually go and put on a solid match. That's what I think. I could be looking way too far into John Cena's character, but that's just me.
Yeah, no, I think he got a bad reputation, and he as a shovel.
Yeah,
And don't get me wrong, for a while there he was.
he was definitely
Um,
a shovel.
I think he's definitely seen the error of his ways. I think he's probably a good guy, like legitimately.
Yeah,
Um, so if we had done this podcast 10 years ago, I might have a different answer.
yeah.
But you know,
If we had
I,
started this
I like
podcast, if we had started this podcast 10 years ago, we probably would be doing it for a living.
yeah. I mean, if we'd been doing it for 10 years, I'd hope so at that point.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, so we'll see the next match and see what else he's capable of
Yes.
because it does get better from here.
Yep.
But do you want to? I think after what happened last night, we need to have at least a short discussion on the wider world of professional wrestling.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you discuss it a little bit because I didn't watch the episode. All I know is the thing that happened.
Well, I will let you lead into the thing that happened then.
So,
What day is it, Willem?
it's Miro Day.
It's Miro Day!
So, from what I saw last night on AEW Dynamite, which for those of you watching in the future, it was the September 9th, 2020 episode. Miro officially debuted on AEW. He is the best man for Kip Sabian. He's not. I doubt he's just like. I think that's just his gimmick. He's just the best man. He's
Yeah,
not.
I was just about to say, I think his gimmick is the best man.
Yeah, he's just the best man.
Yup. So essentially, what happened is they had a couple a couple of teases. One of them was Brian Pillman,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and then out comes Miro, and he cut a promo that was okay.
I did not see the promo.
Um, he stumbled on his words a little bit, which it happens.
Yeah.
The best talkers in the world stumble at times. But he came out and he was like 10 years in the same house with the same glass ceiling and the same brass ring. You know what you could do with your brass ring? You could shove it up your ass. So I mean, it was
Yep.
nothing spectacular, but you could tell he meant it.
Yeah.
His look is a little different. I actually really like his look if they're gonna have him teaming up with Kip
Yeah.
because he kind of looks like a douchey rapper.
He does a little bit. Yeah, because he came. Didn't he come out in like pajama pants almost?
Yeah, essentially, and then he had like bleach blonde short hair.
Yeah.
With
So
his black beard yet.
so if you pay attention at all to his streams, like he's been just on Twitch as Miro for a while, and he did like a whole stream. And the stream, I'm pretty sure it's the same one where he got banned for a day because of Lana being Lana or CJ being CJ, whatever. But it's the same stream where he dyed his hair.
Okay.
I think. I may be completely wrong. I don't actually watch. All I know is that those are things that have happened in recent memory.
And given recent events in WWE that we've talked about in the past, AEW, especially for the way his Twitch channel has blown up,
Yeah.
is probably the best place for Miro.
Oh, yeah.
He already seems happier.
Yeah.
And as long as people are happy, like I don't care. I think he'll do good things in AEW.
Yes.
I don't see any reason why he won't be either TNT champion or world champion at some point within the next. I think they said his contract was for over a year. So
Okay. I think it'd be a neat thing for like him and Kip to do a little storyline together. I do think that eventually he needs to be like put into a main title picture, not just a weird storyline being Kip Sabian's friend. But they didn't the main event and the TNT title scene at the moment in AEW are a little congested. So having him brought in on a lighter note to do something else, it might be a nice change of pace for Miro.
yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like you have to bring him in somehow.
Yeah.
Not everybody can come in trying to fight somebody.
Right.
This was a creative, different way to bring in a guy.
Yep.
And I think it worked out. And I like the best man as his
Yeah.
Gimmick, catchphrase, whatever it ends up being.
His moniker.
Yeah, but I think it has a lot of potential.
Yep.
Very excited because I'm a huge mark for Rusev. I'm the biggest Rusev mark.
I know.
I
He's
think
so good.
he has like if they put the TNT belt and the world title on him at the same time, I would be like, but he's that good.
Yeah.
Like that's how highly I feel about Rusev. I think he is a premier talent.
Yes, he is.
So, well, I think this one's starting to get a little long in the tooth.
Yeah, I think we're starting to ramble a little bit here.
So,
Go
go ahead. I apologize.
So we are finally, for the first time in 3 weeks, we do not have a pay-per-view this weekend. So this Sunday is going to be your traditional gaming stream where we're going to play something. Don't quite know what yet. Might be Fall Guys, might be something else. Fall Guys seems to have fallen off a little bit on Twitch. We might find something else to pick up and play a little bit. But either way, we will be back this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same time as always. And we are going to do something. Do you know what match we're going to watch this coming Tuesday? I hope it's another Shawn Michaels match.
So about that. Eventually, we do have to do Sean Razor Part 2.
Yeah, I know.
But we technically haven't done a non-Sean match on Tuesday in a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
So we're gonna do something else. What that something else is a surprise to be revealed on Sunday, and not just because I don't know.
Well, we will reveal that on Sunday. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you, everybody, for giving us a listen, a watch, however you want to consume our product. We are happy to have you here. If you haven't already, give us a subscribe on YouTube. Give us a like on Facebook, on Twitch, or on Twitter. Anywhere that we're available. Check out our audio-only versions of the podcast down in the description below. Come see us however you can. We always appreciate everybody coming out and giving us a like, giving us a watch, giving us a listen. But until then, we will see you guys next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.